everyone, and welcome to Time and Money Mastery. We are your co-hosts. I'm Indiana.
And I'm Sam. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our episodes. Now, let's get started. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking to you guys about time mastery. Now, Indiana and I went into it a little bit in our introductory episode, but today I'm going to share with you the 3 pillars of time mastery and really the 3 key elements to being aware of in order to become the master of your time. Now, the first point is a compelling future. Basically, what do you want to do with your life? Now, when I ask that question, I don't mean, what career do you want or what job do you want, although that can definitely be part of it. I mean, what experiences do you want to have? What impact do you want to make? What relationships do you want to nurture? Who do you want to spend your time with and where do you want to spend your time? And what do you want to spend your time doing? Now, having a compelling future is so important because it's the way that we link our present actions to future excitement. I mean, think about it. If you felt like all of your actions right now had absolutely 0 consequences, that it didn't matter whether you ate healthy or drank alcohol every day or spent all of your money, then by the time the future becomes your present, you have more than a few struggles that you have to deal with, all struggles that you could have potentially avoided if you had planned for your future. Now, when you feel like your current actions don't affect your future or don't work towards or build towards having an exciting and passionate and vibrant future, that's when you can get stuck in that cycle of going through the motions. I mean, I know that most people can understand on a logical level why they should exercise, for example, but if you don't have a compelling reason to, you're not going to want to get up at 5 a.m. to squeeze in a workout before heading to work. I don't know about you, but when I've got that special event coming up, all of a sudden it's a lot easier to push back the excuses and to actually get up and work out. So that is the first pillar of time mastery. It's understanding the link between your current actions and your future enjoyment. Now, I have to say, I know some of you, my boyfriend included, would tell me that living in the future means that we're not fully enjoying our present. And, I'm definitely guilty of living in the future and not enjoying my present. And I am getting better at it every single day. So I want to share with you the second pillar of time mastery, which allows us to, find that balance between enjoying our present and building our future. And that's priority management. Now, I have to point out that I said priority management and not time management. And I know some people are going to come at me for this, but I fully believe that if you want to become the master of your time, then time management does not exist. Instead, we want to focus on priority management. When we focus on time management, it kind of, goes like this. We have 24 hours in a day and we have 50 things we want to do, and we need to manage our time so well to make time or to find time to do all 50 of these things. And even if we do 49, we kind of feel crappy about ourselves because we didn't get it all done. And one of the main challenges that clients have when they first come to be coached by me is that they believe that they suck at time management. And if they could just get better at managing their time, then, they could have and do and be everything they've ever dreamed of. But the issue that I have with time management is that there is absolutely no way that we can be 100% in control of our time. Life happens. Our boss calls and says there's a project that takes precedence over what we're currently working on, or our best friend is having a bad day and needs us to be by their side, or maybe your mum springs a family dinner on you with absolutely no prior warning. That has happened to me on multiple occasions. Or even if you get stuck in traffic and you get home later than you usually do. In any of these instances, if the time that you've meticulously managed for each of your tasks gets disrupted, that can throw your whole schedule off balance. And that used to stress me out so much. And I wasn't a fun person to be around when my schedule got disrupted. Then we feel bad about ourselves and we wonder why we don't have the energy or the passion to create magic or to enjoy our life. However, if we make decisions Instead, based on our priorities, we give ourselves, both the structure to take care of the most important things first, but we also allow ourselves the flexibility and the grace to shift if we need to, because our priorities are constantly shifting, and that's totally okay. I shared a post about this on my Instagram. One of my best friends decided to move to another state, and there was not very much warning at all. And we had one weekend to basically pack up her life and get her ready for the move. And it just so happened that this weekend that we had planned was the 30th and the 31st of January. And for those of you who know me personally, you know that I block out a reasonable chunk of time at the end of a month to revisit my outcomes, to realign my actions with, my overall vision for the year, and to basically project what I want the next month to look like. And instead of doing this on the 30th or the 31st of January, I did it on the 1st of February. All my February projections were done on the 1st of Feb. Now, I know that might not seem like a big deal on the surface, but it would have been a huge deal for me, this time at the beginning of my coaching journey. If this was the situation I found myself in, I would have made myself feel so bad about it. I would have said, oh, I suck at time management, because if I was better at it, then I would have found time like last week to do it. I would have known I would have had all of the reasons in my mind to make myself feel bad about it. But the thing is, in this particular situation, because I know better, I had a look at my schedule and I took a look at my priorities and saw that prior to that weekend, I had different things that were higher on my priority list than doing my February projections. And on that particular weekend, spending time with my friends was the highest priority. It was the highest thing on my priority list. And it didn't mean that my business or my personal goals weren't a priority to me. It just meant that at that time, on that specific day, there was something that was slightly higher. And when we make decisions about our time through a priority management lens, we can say, okay, my priorities today were getting my workout in, then spending time with my partner, and then recording a podcast, and then checking in on my coaching clients, then journaling, then writing a few pages for my book. Like that would be like a standard day for me. And if this is what my priority list looked like, and then just randomly during the day, my mom called and said she needed me to go grocery shopping with her, for example, I could look at it and say, okay, where does grocery shopping with mom sit on the priority list? If she asks me, are you free? I don't have to jump in and say yes straight away or say no straight away. I can have a look at my priority list and say, do I have time for this? Is this something that I want to make time for? And if I notice, okay, I absolutely must get my workout in, that's a non-negotiable. Spending time with my partner, like that's something we've planned, I don't want to move that. I could maybe do it after recording my podcast episodes. I'll slot it in there. Or maybe it's something that you can't control, like getting stuck in traffic. I might, if I get stuck in traffic, that might take 45 minutes or an hour out of my day that I wasn't able to dedicate to my priorities for that day. But even if I wasn't able to, write a few pages for my book or do some journaling, which was at the lower end of my priority list, I still had time to exercise and make sure my partner feels loved and to record a podcast episode. So even if I don't get everything done, I know that out of the things that I did get done, they were the most important things. Priority management is the absolute key to enjoying your now, but also building your future. And knowing all of that, knowing that, a compelling future and priority management are so key to becoming the master of your time, there is one element that without it, everything kind of falls apart. And that third pillar of time mastery is a powerful mindset. Now, this term gets chucked around a lot, but I have found that not a lot of people actually truly understand what it is. Now, for me, mindset is the set of beliefs and thought patterns that we have that inform what actions we're not only willing to take, but also the actions we choose to take. So let me repeat that for you again. Mindset is the set of beliefs and thought patterns that we have that inform what actions we are willing to take, but also the actions that we choose to take. Now, like most topics that we're going to go over in this podcast, I could go on and on and on about this. Mindset is like my bread and butter. It's my superpower. It's a thing that I could speak about for hours. And so I'm going to save all of those for future episodes and just leave you with this. And it's that if you've got a strong mindset, you'll be able to carry yourself through the inevitable tough times. And I say inevitable because it's true. There will be times when your resolve is tested, when you know that you have your best friend's wedding coming up and you have to wake up right now in order to exercise. And if you don't exercise, you're not going to fit into the dress. But maybe one morning you wake up and you seriously just can't be bothered. You're like, oh no, it is freezing out. I'd rather stay in bed. I don't want to exercise. We're human. This kind of stuff happens. But a powerful mindset, those set of beliefs and thoughts that empower you will get you out of bed. But a disempowering one will help you find all of the excuses that you need to snuggle deeper into those covers. So knowing what you want isn't enough. And knowing what you have to do to get that is still not enough. Think of a powerful mindset as the fuel in your tank. If you think about what you want as your destination and what you have to do to get there is the vehicle to getting what you want. But without that fuel in the tank, without the powerful mindset, you're not going to be moving very far. So there we have it. Those are the 3 pillars of time mastery in the most succinct way that I could possibly explain them. We've got a compelling future. What do you want to do with your time, and how does your present time affect what choices are available to you in the future? We've got priority management, making decisions based on what's important to us rather than focusing on squeezing in as many tasks in a 24-hour period as we can. And finally, a powerful mindset, because it's not enough to just know what you want and how to get it. It also takes knowing how to make sure it happens when life throws stuff at you, and it totally will. So in our next episode, Indiana and I are going to be talking about all of the things that we wish we knew when we were in high school, all the money related lessons, all the time related questions, and really just some of the lessons we took from the mistakes we made. So hopefully you can learn from them too and avoid going through some of the pain that is a little bit unnecessary for us. Now, remember that if you want us to cover a specific topic on the podcast, you can follow the link in the show notes to record your question in a voicemail or to submit a question using our form.
So that's a wrap. If you loved today's episode, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and let us know why you loved it.
If you know someone who needs to hear this, then send it their way and share it to your stories, tagging us at Time Money Mastery.
Feel like you're wanting just a little more? Jump on over to our Facebook community. You can find the link in the show notes.
That's all from us today, fam. We'll see you soon.